Britain's Prime Minister is threatening the UK's Guardian and other newspapers with court action unless they watch what they say. David Cameron referred to the reporting of leaked data on America's overwhelming surveillance program. RT Sarah Firth has more from London.
Well, it's reported that he said on Monday that if newspapers don't demonstrate some social responsibility, then it will be difficult for the government to stand back and not to act. Now, he also made reference to injunctions and denotices. These are measures that the government has to prevent the disclosure of certain types of information by the media, particularly if it would impact UK military or intelligence operations. Now, he did go on to say that his preference was not for heavy-handed tactics, but it will be worth reminding viewers that back in July we saw UK government officials enter the Guardian newspaper offices. That's a newspaper that's been at the forefront of publishing the Edward Snowden leaks and destroy hard drives containing some of that sensitive information. The UK government has also detained journalist and partner of Glenn Greenwald, David Miranda, under terrorist legislation. Many people would say those are extremely heavy-handed tactics. Indeed, responding to the reports of the Prime Minister's statement, Glenn Greenwald, the journalist that's been primarily reporting these leaks, said that this was shocking, that this happens in a country that tells itself it has press freedom.
Well, RT's video agency Ripley sat down with Glenn Greenwald himself, and he shared some of his thoughts on what the real goal of the NSA spying is.
What we've seen in Brazil and Germany and France and India and now Spain, of course in the United States, is going to repeat itself continuously for the next several weeks or months in almost every country around the world. What the NSA is collecting from ordinary Spanish citizens is massive. The very clear objective of the NSA is to not just collect all this, but to keep it for as long as they can so that they can at any time target a particular citizen of Spain or anyone else and learn everything that they've been doing in terms of who they've been communicating with.
The Guardian had its hands full trying to sift through leaks and has teamed up with others to make sense of the documents. And at least one partnership with online anti-secrecy website Cryptome is bearing fruit. Right. Now, this map they've put together shows you the outstanding extent of Americans' surveillance. Every country in the world has calls intercepted ranging from thousands to billions. Now, Central Asia, as well as the Middle East, appear to have been the chief targets, but are far from the only ones. In Europe, America's closest allies found themselves under intense surveillance, with 361 million calls intercepted. In Germany, in total, in the United States, monitored 124 billion calls around the world. Now, in just 1 month this year, it says, Hans Christoph von Sponeck, former UN Assistant Secretary General, believes the U.S. should try its best to win back trust.
When the European Parliament starts making demands and individual governments do, as the German government no doubt will, I think the US can no longer use this idea that we are strong and display as the spokesperson of the State Department repeatedly has done, an arrogance that is unacceptable to certainly to us here in Central Europe. They will have to come out with a reassurance and gradually begin to rebuild what will be a very rocky and difficult road, and that is a road towards trust.
In reaction to the flood of questions over NSA spying, the White House has said it will review the security agency's programs and may narrow its research and search. But there's already a strong lobby against any scaling back among the U.S. political elite. Right. NSA Director General Keith Alexander has become one of the first officials to join the ranks of those challenging the initiative, saying he believes extensive spying was entirely worth the security America's gained from it. He was backed by Dianne Feinstein, a senior senator from California, who expressed her confidence and there was nothing unlawful in the NSA's actions. And finally, former Vice President of the U.S., former Vice President Dick Cheney, said extra knowledge can always come in handy in the name of security.